Heya folks, Spectra here. Welcome back to the Ice Basket. Sorry I missed a week this time. I had some financial troubles and I didn't want to cheap out on paying Star. Everything's better now though. We worked something out. She really is the best. I love her so much. And sister, sort of. Wait, don't ship us, it would be weird. Anyways, this time the basket is, what is the most influential piece of media you've seen? Let's pick to the ice and read your contributions. Kerbomber Animation says, most influential media. I'ma cast my net large and snag a glacier cause my love for all things animation started thanks to Looney Tunes. Mario and Daffy were my favorite. Oh my god. I love Looney Tunes. Not so much the modern Looney Tunes, but I mean, they're still pretty good now that I think about it. But old-fashioned Looney Tunes, holy crap, I love them. I mean, you can't go wrong with classic Bugs Bunny, but I think my all-time favorite Looney Tune commercials came from Sylvester and Tweety. Oh no, definitely Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. All-time favorite animations, right there. 35 and a half Jabberwocks, hey, how you doing, buddy? He says, now this is something I can really ramble about. I mean it. Please save your vocal cords. Never! I will never save it. I will read all of it. All of it! Basically, I'm of the controversial opinion that the idea of a truly original concept is laughable. From the day you're born, you are constantly absorbing new inspiration. Every last idea you've ever had has been a mishmash of what you're absorbed, all topped off with a nice coat of paint. You know what? Based, I love this. I am the same thing. I too am of the idea that original ideas are dead and everything is just a variation of something. But like he says in the concept, let's keep reading. Please note that this isn't a bad thing. Yeah, see, I agree with this. Inspiration is, if I may be so bold, it's what makes me enjoy being human. Well, as far as you know. Inspiration is what got us this far. The Industrial Revolution, the Renaissance, and the Enlightenment were all inspired by people's previous attempts, by the massive melting pot that is human experience and imagination. I mean, you can make a lot of arguments that the Industrial Revolution was built on the backs of a lot of things, but I'm not here to get political. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Books. Silver Six, Amulet, 5 Worlds, Wings of Fire. I don't know what HTTYD is. I'm not book savvy. Movies and TV, nature documentaries, QI, assorted DC TV shows, and 2010's Cartoon Network. Cartoons are the best. Fight me. Video games, Shovel Knight, Undertale, Skylanders series, Hollow Knight. No Guacamelee? Oh, okay. Assorted creators, Mr. Izu, Vivian Medrano, in my defense, I was a teenager, Robin Williams, the king himself, Wabu, you, and Bubbles Minion, and my friends. Oh, God. P.S. Here's some Soulsmith Starfall. Thanks for going along with the bit. You know, this is great. Thank you for saying that I am, like, influential. That scares the shit out of me because knowing that I am a voice for someone to influence who they become, makes me very nervous that they might grow up to be a degenerate, defiant, rebellious punk. You know what? I actually kind of like that. Fuck the system. Go and disrupt everything. Go. Do it. Disrupt the system. Big Daddy Rift says, the Heath class video on how crack is found. The health class video on how crack is... Hey, Star, do you have any idea what he's talking about? Yeah, this is weird. Valid comment, but, it's also kind of hilarious. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. DJ P says, hey, what's up, Freeze bro? Well, I'm not your bro. I could be your sister, though. I don't know what to call you yet, to be honest. I'm just starting off on your content channel after your past collabs with Womboy and Edboy. Hey, we got a convert here. But yes, I am a trans girl. My pronouns are she, her. Thank you for asking. Today's topic is pretty hard to think about, since I have a habit of forgetting things from the past. But since I'm an artist, I could say lots of animated YouTubers of the past that my sis introduced me to, but, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna choose the obvious choice for artist. You choose the other one. And choose the other one. That being everything about the most ambitious projects out there, anything and everything about Cuphead. The entirety of the game and TV show on Netflix just gives me a hard nostalgia overload. Even as a kid born in the year 2000, I can just feel the minds, the bros weight behind this series, just drawing their ways to millions. This has probably influenced my art style in the best way, and I'm not stopping it once I find my career. And yes, I'm a dude who does pencil drawing and no color. Fight me. Hey, you know what? That's the best kind of stupid shit I like to hear on this kind of stuff. You keep doing that pencil drawings and don't let anyone stop you. The gaming CEO says, for some reason, my comment got deleted. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I did see your comment, and then for some reason it was gone. Like, that was, you know what, that's weird. That's really weird, but anyways, yeah, let's try this again. The most influential piece of media for me is horror movies, especially the Halloween series. I love Michael Myers. Possible suggestion for a Halloween ice basket. Which horror movie icon do you think is the best? I'll keep that in mind, though I do already have a plan for the horror movie basket, but let's just say that, you know what, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Next comment. Scar Healer says, hey Healer. Influential media, huh? In terms of movies, most of those that are influential would be stuff like The Lion King, Kung Fu Panda, Kiki's Delivery Service, Ratatouille, and Toei's The Little Mermaid. Ah, yeah, the original Little Mermaid from Toei Animations, the Japanese anime one. That's certainly a movie to show your kids. In terms of content creators, here on YouTube, Wombo and Overly Sarcastic Production comes to mind. Overly Sarcastic Productions are like fucking king and queen right there. They are a power couple, and I love them. There are many online artists that are also a big source of inspiration, like Earth and Ashes, formerly Earth Song, Elbdot, and many Nuzlocke artists. The list would be too long and would probably count as spam, LMAO. P.S. Love you too. That's fine. It's cool. It's alright. I mean, yeah, I love you too. And we're just gonna keep going like this because I do love you. Pixel Knight, the king of long posts here, says, first of all, thanks for reading my comment that was longer than the Bible. Yeah, right? Second, you're going to give everyone alcohol poisoning with that drinking game now. I think I did. Like, how many of you guys actually did the drinking game? And if you did, I'm so sorry. Now, most influential things I've seen is hard to narrow down. I loved Batman Mask of the Phantasm and the other Batman anime movies, like Under the Red Hood. Yes, my parents let me watch a film where someone gets set on fire, Super Sentai. Power Rangers is another big influence. Even designed multiple teams I love to make a reality one day, including a team of Greek gods as Power Rangers with an amnesia, having Hades as the Red Ranger. By the way, the gods could be inside human bodies, Kamen Rider style too, of course. Made an idea that's a pansexual space pirate fighting monsters, think like Jack Sparrow type Doctor who is another one. Even wrote a doctor whose story for a writing thing in English and just changed his name to Professor Quantum, and this just became me explaining my story concepts, didn't it? You know what? Hey, I mean, this is great. I mean, it gives insight into the kind of things you love. Sentai and Power Rangers is also one of my most favorite things ever. I was so excited when Essence 20 became a thing, and we started seeing Power Rangers, Transformers, G.I. Joe less. I don't really like G.I. Joe. And My Little Pony is an Essence 20 game now? Like, what the hell? But Power Rangers most of all. It was so cool. I got some friends together, and we created a music-based Power Rangers team, and we called them the Soul Symphony Power Rangers, and it was so cool because like the villain was supposed to be like an evil virtual idol akin to Vocaloids and VTubers, but like together, and she was actually supposed to be. You know what? I'm not going to say anything because if we actually get that campaign off the ground, then I don't want to spoil my players about that. Vivi Comfy says, this is a hard one. I'd have to say early Minecraft roleplays, YouTube, Vine, and Let's Plays. Some notable ones being Undertale and FNAF. I know. Hey, don't think you're cringe. I love FNAF too. I think FNAF is one of the best franchises ever made. Scott Cawthon being a bigot notwithstanding. These things, primarily Vine and Undertale, helped me form my sense of humor to what it is today. I don't think I can fathomly, reasonably accentuate how much I love Undertale. But I can express how much I love Undertale through the comics I've dubbed, link into the description. I love Undertale comics, and I've done a couple of them, mostly voicing Papyrus and Sans, because they are my favorite characters, and I love being them, and this is just me self-promoting myself now, and isn't it? Aaron Campbell says, first time responding to one of these ice baskets, but the idea of influential media is a good one to start out for giving an answer to. It's a very close tie, but I would have to say both the first How to Train Your Dragon movie and the original Ben 10 TV show. Both of them instilled in me a deep love and adoration for cool and interesting characters / species designs, and lore in fiction due to the amazing designs and details of the dragons and aliens respectively. Not only did they result in me appreciating other favorite franchises of mine like Pokemon or Monster Hunter, dude, I freaking love Monster Hunter so much, holy shit. Even more due to truly getting into the creature design mindset. They've also driven me to delve into my more creative side, even if my art skills aren't as up to par as my brain thinks up ideas. Yeah, that's a mood right there. That movie and TV series also went on to develop further into their own franchises, with said franchises also meaning a lot to me. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is extremely close to my heart for personal reasons, and should have been the proper ending rather than the hidden world, but that's a whole tangent I won't rant on about here. And the multiple Ben 10 sequels shows joined together with the original are a core part of my childhood. Hope that's not too much to read, and thank you for if you do decide to read it. Yeah, guys, if there's any indication, it's that I am not averse to long posts. I'm going to read them no matter what you say, so stop complaining about how long your comments are. It's not healthy. Stop self-deprecating. It's abusive. Stop abusing yourselves. You gotta love yourselves. Lovely, you're valid. Mudkip King says, thanks for the advice, mate. I went a little Australian there, but it keeps happening whenever I hear might. But most influential piece of media I've seen, that's a hard one. I pick up way too many things from too many people to give a 100% answer, but I think YouTuber-wise, Germa or Wombu, because they made me laugh and helped me out through times where I thought I was genuinely done for and I wouldn't recover, but of course I did, and have them to thank for. So if I have been I have a biggest influence, it's those two more, Wombu than Germa. Oh wow, geez. I'm sorry that you had such a big dip in mental health. It's just, you know what? Yeah, I can relate. I'm glad you came back from the brink though. Mostly unrelated side note, Wombu stopped making videos on good games my wallet can't take anymore. I know, right? It's a very good thing that he talks about shitty games that I don't like, because he's a shitty YouTuber and I hate him. Yeah, fuck you, Wombu. Pucky says, most influential piece of media. I'm gonna mention a few, but they're all video games. Please nobody have any alcohol next episode. No promises. Undertale was the reason I first really used social media, so being a fan of that got me to meet a lot of important people in my life eventually. Could say a similar thing for Breath of the Wild, although that was later. Outer Wilds, very highly recommend, but don't look up anything about it. Yes, no, seriously, guys, go in blind. You're welcome. Outer Wilds, especially its ending, it has definitely informed my current philosophical outlook on life, and made me think about reasons to be happy during a time where that was hard to think about. I first played it around 2020, 2021, so during the pandemic, I don't really want to get too personal, but I played Amori about a year ago. Oh no. And all of the main characters are people I see parts of myself in, parts I hadn't seen in much other media. Nowadays, I constantly find myself thinking about who I am, who I could be, and how to get there. And I think a lot of that is because of the reflection Omori's characters and story gave me. Ooh, Omori is a very haunting and very harrowing game to get through. But if you can get through it, it's one of the most beautiful games you could ever play. You really need to see it for yourselves, guys. It's amazing. I enjoyed writing all that, and this was a great topic idea. I agree. This is great. I'm loving this so far. These are amazing comments and really gives you some stuff to think about. And God, what a great idea. What a great friggin' idea. This was great. Ghastly from last episode, thank you. Thank you so much for suggesting this. It was really great. Oh, speaking of Ghastly, if we're answering the question that I suggested, yippee, I would say my answer has to be the Pokemon anime. Ah, yes. I still remember the first episode I watched being Ash fighting Clay in the Black and White series and just being absolutely mesmerized by it. Yo, I fell off hard from the Pokemon anime after Pokemon Advance came out, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I started watching it every week, collecting the cards, begging for toys, and practically asked for a 3DS that Christmas just so I could play X and Y when they came out. The entire franchise is how I became more interested in anime, manga, video games, and of course making my own stories around the characters I create. Second place is 100% Jello Apocalypse. Oh yes. I love Jello Apocalypse. Just because of how infectious and charming his style of writing is. Go watch and read Epithet Erased, I beg of... Yeah. And it's had a major impact on my own writing. Everyone, Jello Apocalypse is amazing. If I had to choose a close third, Little Einsteins. Shout out to anyone who even remembers that existed. But since I'm 2 for 2 on comments included, let's make it 3 for 3. I think a good future topic would also be things that we collect. Yo, keeping that on the back burner. I really would like to hear that. I remember Little Einsteins. I also watched Baby Geniuses, so there you go, now you can cringe. Mickey Kabagi says, I watch a lot of things and on a daily basis. And one way or another, I'm always inspired in some way. One of the ideas I had for my Splatoon story, that I've slowly been trying to work on, actually came from a plotline from a K-drama of all things. Don't cringe too hard, please, I like what I like. No judgment. No judging here. We're a judge-free zone. This is a safe space. Everyone is welcome to like what they like. Also, when I animate, I always look towards memes, old vines, and music for inspiration, though I would hardly call what I do animating. I mean, it's still source filmmaker, that's still animation, that still counts. A Stargazer says, oh, that's easy. The thing that influenced me was Yu-Gi-Oh! As it helped me make my OC Stargazer, aka my profile pic, which is an amazing profile pic, by the way. Just Yu-Gi-Oh! Overall has influenced me to make and create monsters, cards, and weapons in my book of drawings. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my childhood from the original to GX to 5Ds, not Zexal, and finally Arc 5, as I am watching V-Reigns and 7 is just getting into my life. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And nothing will change my mind. Rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi. Also, I found you not from Jack's films, but from one Mr. Wambu. Yes, everyone can thank Wambu for any amount of influence that I have right now, because he basically converted you all to me. I am not afraid to admit that. I am not afraid to admit that I may have leached off of him a little bit in order to, like, poach you guys over to my channel, but it's all in good fun. Nobody believes anyone is using anyone. It's just a byproduct, and everyone's having fun. It's all in good fun. Sarah Dust says, in terms of my media influences, there's a couple I could name: Bakugan, Pretty Cure in my childhood, Fire Emblem Awakening, Bravely Default in my teenagehood, Zenki Zejo Zimfugir, and Twiwi in my adulthood. I love The World Ends With You, by the way. But as for the one with the most personal impact on me as a person, I played Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Explorer of Sky as a kid, and played that game multiple times over my childhood and teenagehood. Made me realize, oh fuck, good storytelling can make me experience human emotions and live in my head rent-free forever, actually. Mood. And now I'm an aspiring writer, hoping to give that experience to the next generation, so I guess that's how the ice cracks in the basket. It sounded better in my head, okay? Hey! It's valid. I love it. Everyone, every time I read your comments, cracking the ice now. Making it a thing. Also, the YouTubers like Wambu and Maxor made me develop editing envy as a content creator. I know, right? Wambu is such a good editor. Oh god, I wish I could edit half as good as he does. But also, I know I'm also pretty good. Fun fact, I actually edited some of the spots in the Ranked Kingdoms list I did with him when doing Mario Odyssey. Try to guess which ones I did. Sydney is sleepy, he says. Well, first off, that profile name is a mood. But also, when you first explained the concept of this series, I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like Yai. And learning that Jax Films was your biggest influence means I pretty much called it. Anyways, as for my biggest influence, Magica. Oh god. Wow. I don't know, guys. Do you think she loves Madoka Magica? This show means so unbelievably much to me. It was one of the first shows I watched since coming to terms with my gender identity, and seeing girls my age go through similar mental challenges made me feel seen. Especially Sayaka Miki. While she's not my favorite character, I easily relate to her the most. Sayaka is my favorite character, and holy shit, she's definitely, oh my god. Her stubbornness and ego were definitely traits that I had when I was younger, and have since been working on correcting, and her innocent belief that good things will always happen was definitely something I believed in too. Plus, she has a mermaid aesthetic, and I recently made my persona a mermaid, so that just makes me love her more. Plus, at the time of seeing this show, I hadn't really seen anything like it before. Hell, it was my first anime I'd ever watched. Before then, I mostly stuck to what I was familiar with and rarely ventured out of my comfort zone. In fact, I literally only watched this show by random chance. I added like 20 shows to my Netflix watch list that I had written down and randomized one, and Madoka wasn't even on that list. I just found it while searching and recognized it from one specific GIF. I didn't know anything about it going in, and if you've seen Madoka, which I'm 80% sure you have, and then, oh boy, going in blind is really something. I remember I went in blind and yeah, episode 3, man, that hits different. That hits so hard. I really want to say more about it, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to and should watch it. So I'll keep my thoughts brief. Episodes 8 to 10 are three of the best episodes of any show, period. If you know this show, you already know why episode 10 is something special, but episodes 8 and 9 don't get nearly as much love. Even though I'd honestly say episode 8 was better than 10. Episode 8 is literally my favorite episode of any show ever, and the fight scene in episode 9 and the end credits, dude, I can't get through it without crying. Oh my god. Also, one thing I can talk about without spoiling things is the original soundtrack. It's absolute perfection. Every single background song is iconic, from Cis Puella Magica to Sayaka's theme Decretum, which is used at the end of episodes 7 and 8, to absolute perfection, and most importantly, Inevitabilis. Dude, this piano solo gets me fucking every time. It's used to the scene between Madoka and Homura in episode 11, and I always ugly cry whenever I hear it because that scene is just so beautiful and perfect, and holy shit, I put the song on as I'm writing this because I'm crying. I love this show so much. Oh my god. Also, the OP and ending are some of the best OPs and endings to any anime, but you already know that. Hope this wasn't too short. She knows. Edit, I realize this is now more of a rant. This is why my favorite show and the influence had on me. So, to add to it, this show got me watching more anime. It turned me into a weeb, yay. Oh, Sydney, this is amazing. I'll say right now, Polenimaji Madoka Magica is definitely one of my top 10 animes. Not as good as Sailor Moon Crystal, I will admit, but I just love Sailor Moon in general. Some of the stuff about Madoka Magica it hits a lot different when you're an adult. Watching these kids just like, you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't say anything else because, like I said, don't want to spoil it. You guys should watch it. Silverclode says, not quite what my biggest influences are off the top of my head, but watching the Spectacular Spider-Man always been part of my childhood and wanted to be like that version. Yeah. Spectacular Spider-Man is like super cool. Like it's really underrated. But humor-wise, I did a pretty blue hair lady. I don't know who that is. So Starfall, you know who that is?
Sorry, got no clue.
Yeah, fuck if I know. Wambu and Josh Scorcher. You guys are always funny to watch. You know, fun fact, Starfall actually edits for Josh Scorcher as well.
I say this because, let's be honest, there is no dungeon until you get the whip. Want to change the water pressure on the pipes? You want to overturn the lily pads that were turned over? You want to understand your inner peace with some meditation? You want to whip over cats like you're freaking Indiana Jones? Whoopah!
Just thought I'd throw that out there. Volt Azurite says, and yes, I got your name right this time. Glad I could touch your heart and make you laugh, Spectra. Yeah, no shit. As for the basket, my most influential media would probably be the early countdown community on YouTube. This is gonna hit different. Autarka Flame. I actually talked to Autarka Flame. He's pretty cool. Josh Scorcher. I actually talked to Josh Scorcher. He's alright. Fawful's Minion. Never talked to him. He sounds awesome, though. Guys like that. They made me intrigued on the topics they talked about. It threw me down the video game pigeonhole I've been in since. And yet again, you and Wambu are a big part of that, too. You're the reason I even know Shovel Knight existed. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, Shovel Knight, let's play it. I remember that. Oh, my God. Hey, look, let's play it. I think I might bring that back. I don't know. It ultimately depends on if I can make that entertaining. Honestly, hey look, let's stream it was always better in my opinion. I think I'll do that during my off season when I'm not working for Blue Screen.
That moment when you realize they were probably talking about the top 10 platformers list and not the actual hey look, let's play it sequence, and that nobody watched it. Feels bad, man.
Thank you for helping to reshape my life. I'm an influencer. Why am I an influencer? That scares the shit out of me. Why am I an influence on people's lives? Why? Guys, I'm a cartoon anime girl. Stop. CMF says, interesting prompt. If I had to really sit down and think about it, movie-wise, it'd probably be a Disney movie, like Aladdin or Tarzan, to help with my love of music and animation. I don't know why I'm giving you this voice right now, but I'm rolling with it and I love it. TV and anime would more than likely be Yu Yu Hakusho, since it helped me broaden my friends to others who liked anime. And video game-wise is Mario Party 6, as it helped bring me closer to my sister whenever we decided to have late-night fun when we were younger and staying up way too late past our bedtime to finish a game. Memories indeed. Wish I had memories like that. Kato says, the shows that have influenced me the most have been Gravity Falls and The Owl House. I know, very original. Which gave me my love for mysteries, and Kirby, which gave me my love for cute things. On top of that, the Portal games gave me my sense of humor, kind of. And Phineas and Ferb gave me my love of the implausible and proving people wrong. You know what? I love that. I love putting people in their place, especially the smug entitled ones, and then they just double down and yell at you, and then I crawl into a corner and cry. P.S. Hugs and love for the great videos to you and Starfall. These comments, they really hit you. They really hit you different when you're on HRT. I swear to God. Crazy Quill Man. Yeah, I see you there. He says, just. If you haven't seen the Halloween tree, look at the full cast cover of the book and the art on the VHS box, and you'll probably get it. Oh, wow, that is old. You're an old man, huh, Quill? Also, a really old Red Skeleton Christmas special gave me what I want to do with my life. Not that I've succeeded. Old Red Skeleton Christmas. Show that too! Wow, what the hell? You have some weird taste, Quill, I swear to God. Our editor, Madam Starfall, says... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give my best impressions of this.
Yeah, no, I'll handle it from here. So, multiple media sources have influenced your editor over the years. Allow me to break it down. Most influential books go to the Percy Jackson series. They're the ones that got me to start reading books that didn't have pictures in them. Most influential game goes to Pokemon Black, since it got me thinking about how a story can be written/told. Most influential YouTuber goes to Fawful's Minion. He reminds me to be myself, and honestly, like I said earlier, he's just a fun guy to talk to. And lastly, most influential internet shows go to the Adventure Zone and Critical Role, as they were my introductions to D&D and were also a huge inspiration for Blades and Blunders.
Oh yeah, Blades and Blunders! Okay, so you guys know how I link Madam Starfall's YouTube channel in the description of my videos these days? Go to her YouTube channel and look up Blades and Blunders. It's a D&D actual play series of us playing D&D. I play Sid Shakara, and she is the biggest basket case you can ever imagine. And also, if you want to see me act like a crazy person who is very flirty, there's also that. And yes, I am very flirty in that series, and it's gets a lot of people flustered. It makes me laugh. Katie the Fandom Girl is back to say Stampy Longhead and Jacksepticeye were the two main YouTubers that I always watched when I was little. I don't watch Stampy Longhead. I think I should watch Stampy Longhead. You think I should watch Stampy Longhead? I think I'm gonna watch Stampy Longhead. I love the videos that Stampy did where he loved the mini games he made in Minecraft, and I always loved Jack's humor and loud voice. Man, those were the days. Now, while it appears that they've branched out in what content they make, they've still had a huge impact on me, and possibly many other people. If it weren't for those two, I probably wouldn't be as invested in YouTube as I am now. To a healthy degree, of course. I have a life outside of YouTube after all. Yeah, unlike Quill over there. Also, special shout out to games I played when I was younger, such as Aura Kingdom. Oh my god. Oh, wow. I remember Aura Kingdom. Wasn't that the one where you could change your class on the fly? That was so awesome. That was like revolutionary when I first played that game. So funny how that's kind of a normal thing these days in MMOs. Wizard 101? Ugh, not as pleasant memories. Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of how they handled the marketplace of that game. Everything you have to pay for. And Kirby's Epic Yarn for being a major part of my childhood. Kirby's Epic Yarn is the best thing ever. Wambu says, oh, no. Oh, well, I guess I will impersonate Wambu as well.
Howdy doody everyone, Wambu here. I'm crashing this party. Narrowing down my biggest influence feels kinda tough nowadays since my videos tend to thrive in this surreal, goofy absurdity that I made for myself. Before I ever started making them though, I think Germa985 changed my whole outlook on comedy. I admired his ability to pull humor out of the completely mundane without coming off as mean-spirited. I wrote coming off as mean-spirited, and that's largely informed my philosophy on humor. Comedy isn't innately derived from misery like so many people say, but from the weird and wonderful idiosyncrasies that comes from everything we do and everyone we interact with.
This is an amazing take. Comedy is so different from everything. I always believed that comedy is always based around absurdity. Like, just, it's not misery, it's not like idiosyncrasies or anything like that, but I guess it is. But absurdity is all about, like, for example, you can be under a blanket listening to a podcast while recording your lines and being incredibly distracted and realizing that you should probably turn the podcast off so that you can actually do your lines. This isn't relatable at all, and this isn't related to a current situation that I'm doing right this minute at all. I have ADHD, okay? But yeah, no, this is great. And finally, the last one on our list of comments is for Blizzard for Online. What do you mean I'm outside? I'm nowhere near you right now. Hey, you just get back outside. Get back outside. Back outside. Wow. Okay, that was a lot of comments to go through this time. I keep getting more and more every episode. Oh, I know that's inevitable, that I'll have to limit how many comments I read on a given episode in the future. Because, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do an episode reading over 100 comments unless it's a very special occasion. Regardless, I really wish I don't have to do that. I love interacting with you guys, and you've all been nothing but very kind and supportive to me through this entire thing ever since I came back. I love you all, and I promise I won't forget you among the crowd should this channel ever take off for real. In the meantime, though, let's stay positive and set up the next basket. That last episode where Katie suggested the worst movies? Yeah, let's round this out. We got most influential media, but what's the worst piece of media you've seen? I'm gonna have fun with that one. I'm not gonna say my take when I make these baskets anymore. I'll give you my takes at the end of an episode from now on, so that the comments remain pure and distilled in its rawest form. I noticed they tend to color your responses and lead you into weird rabbit holes accidentally. Like when I asked about your pastimes and you guys started talking about tabletop games inadvertently. Yeah, let's avoid that from now on. Until next time, peeps, if someone tells you to have a good day, tell them to have a better one.